Hello? Hopefully this thing is on. That would be embarrassing if it wasn't. All right. Now. Here comes the embarrassing part. I'm going to react to my first video coming back. Man, this is a year ago. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. A lot of love and support coming through. Just crazy to think that it's already been a year. Man, I'm not looking forward to listening to this because I know I'm going to be cringing all over the place. It's not going to be fun. But let's just start this. Oh no. I was pedaling my bicycle at full throttle through the dead of the night. Why? I had no
to
popcorn.
hand out leaflets complete with an easy-to-use magic circle. When someone with a deep desire made a wish while holding one of these, a demon like me would be summoned to answer
There's
the
no
call.
spaces in
I
between
glanced
my
at my
senses.
cell phone. A screen showed a map of the surrounding area, along with the blinking red dot ahead of me.
I'm just
That
going
was where I
straight
was headed.
forward, going
Once I
through it.
arrived at the place marked by the blip, I was supposed to chuck the leaflet into the mailbox before moving on to the next one. Rinse and repeat. Damn, this sucks. But what choice do I have? I screamed, pedaling like a madman.
Oh my god.
Let's go back for a minute. Back to the day when I realized I had become a demon.
Take a
All
breather.
within
Let
the
the
span of
story
a few
fucking...
minutes, I learned that I was a bearer of a sacred gear. Yuma was a fallen angel, and Rias was a demon. As it happened, my own demon wings had vanished shortly after all those revelations. They would have just gotten in the way.
Short of all those revelations
Of my everyday life, after all. I'd been told I would be able to fly once I get used to them. Although, at the time, trying to move them did a little bit more than make me feel sick. Look, having wings pop out of your back is a pretty huge shock. Serve me, and you will be in for a treat. Rias had promised with a wink before I even had the chance to get over the bewilderment of it all. The way Rias spoke made it sound like I had to live as a servant. Compensation for saving my life, I guess. Humans who were reborn as demons had to serve the demon who granted them reincarnation in the first place.
I probably still do this a lot now, but it's just sentence after sentence, not taking a single break in between. It just sounds terrible.
Apparently, that rule was pretty absolute, so I was a stooge. There were definitely worse fates than serving under a beautiful woman, but that still didn't make it easy to accept.
Why is the music so loud?
Just so you know, demon society is divided into different strata. I have a noble title. In our world,
We're only 2 minutes and 43 seconds in. I don't know if I could do this. Oh man, there's so many things I would change about, and not even just like the tone of my voice, because I sound like I don't want to be there. It's just the spacing between my sentences, the loud ass music, just a lot of different things is just pissing me off right now.
world, one's status largely depends on the birth and upbringing. But there are some demons who manage to climb the ladder. Everyone starts as a novice at first. Could you please stop talking to me as if this was a college recruitment?
Hey, what's up, Anthony?
I complained. Anyway, are you serious? This all sounds a little bit too weird. Ria's leaned over, putting her lips right against my ear. Her hair smelled so wonderful. My brain went numb. Was this another one of her demonic powers? Depending on how you play your cards, you could become very popular with the opposite sex. Those words sent my mind racing. How? The question burst out of my mouth before I even had a chance to think. This could be a huge shot in the arm for my perverted desires. Wait, how do I know Rias isn't casting some sort of spell over me? I was way more excited.
Oh my god, I hate the tone of my voice in these. I know I still do this now where I catch myself being more dull in the tone of voice, like, oh, I went to, do this, but even in this, it's just so much worse than it is now. It's just,
I did than I should have been. Most pure-blooded demons perished in the Great War long ago. As a result,
why didn't you retake that line?
Of loyal servants. The power and majesty that we used to possess when we stood up in the forefront of our great legion were lost too. Without fresh blood, we were doomed to perish, just like with humans. There are male and female demons, and we are capable of bearing children. However, it will take eons for our numbers to recover through natural birth.
I'm making Rhea sound like she just doesn't even like being there. Oh my fucking god. It's like, I'm making it sound like she said this thing so many times beforehand that she's like bored to even say it again to Issei.
Alone. Such a thing would leave us defenseless against the fallen angels. That's why we have been finding suitable humans and turning them into demons as our retainers. So I am a stooge then. Oh, don't look so down. Let me get to the point. This conversation method only helps increase the total number of lesser ranked demons. It doesn't bolster the number of powerful ones, so we introduced a system to give reincarnated demons, that is, those who were once human, a chance to rise up. If a reincarnated demon proves worthy, they would be granted a noble rank and title, regardless of how they were born. This system has really boosted our population. You might be surprised.
I'm barely even putting on like a woman's like softness of a voice in this one. Even that would be better than what it is right now.
Just to learn how many demons there are running around. Like the members of my club. There are plenty of those who have been choosing to blend into human society too.
It's like I'm barely
sure
opening
you
my
met more
mouth.
than a handful of us already without even realizing it. There are other demons here. Yes, some humans are able to detect us, but most can't. Those filled with powerful desires or who want to make a deal are better at sensing our presence. They're the type who usually summon us, using those leaflets that we hand out. Then there are others like you.
I definitely
who can
agree,
tell us
Anthony.
apart, but can't bring themselves
It's
to actually
just so
believe
bad
we
right now
exist.
that it only
Not
could
until
have
we
gotten
show 'em
better.
our demonic powers anyway. What? So it was my overwhelming desire that summoned Rias as I lay dying. In any event, it sounds like Demon Society has gone through a lot of changes.
The music
I'm sure it
is
was pretty
popping
difficult
off
for
right
them,
now.
but honestly, I didn't really care much about politics. What mattered was that I had been given a golden opportunity. So I can earn a noble title? Indeed, anything is possible. Of course, it will take considerable time and effort. Whoa! I cried out. Seriously? Me? I can make my own harem? I can do whatever I want with them? If they're your servants, why not?
Ugh.
A bolt from above may as well have struck me. I was ecstatic. Seriously, I can actually do it? Out in the real world, as
Put a
a
little
human,
bit more excitement
it
in
was
your voice than
practically
if you really
impossible to
think
have a
that.
harem.
Holy shit.
As just some regular dude, I'd probably never be able to attract that many women. I mean, just take a look at my situation. I didn't even have a girlfriend. Heck, my last girlfriend murdered me. But now the tides have turned. Whoa, being a demon is awesome. Hell yeah, I'm on fire. Time to throw out those magazines and... I paused mid-sentence to think that over. No, not the magazines.
No, not the
They're
magazines.
my prized possessions.
Especially
There's no need to get rid of them. Not until my mom finds out anyway. Right, that's a separate issue. You're a funny one. Riaz chuckled with amusement.
God, I just can't with Riaz's voice right now. It's just, it's just like, I whispered her voice. Now it's just more of a, like, I put on more of a feminine voice. But then it was just,
I. He's just like you said, a dopey little brother. Himajima couldn't contain her gentle laugh either. Do these two just casually throw around insults? Anyway, Issei, you serve me now, understood?
what was
Don't
that
worry,
pause?
With strength like yours, I'm sure you'll have no trouble distinguishing yourself. Who knows, you might even earn yourself a title of your own one day. Understood, Riaz. No. That's president, got it? President? What about Big Sis? I asked half jokingly. I'd always wanted an older sister in my life. Surely I'm the only guy who has ever dreamed of calling an older woman Big Sis. Riaz frowned, giving the idea of real thought for a moment before shaking her head. That does sound rather wonderful, but since we operate here at the school for the most part, I think we should stick to president. This is the Occult Research Club after all. Understood. Prez, teach me how to become a demon. Hearing this, Riaz broke into a truly devilish grin. She looked genuinely happy. An excellent response. Very good, Issei. I'll make a man out of you yet. With that, she gently stroked my chin with her fingers. My very own Big Sis. Under her tutelage, I'll awaken as a demon. Better yet, I'll rise up in the world. All things considered, it was a pretty good deal. There was no going back to my human life, right? I just had to keep pushing forward. This is how I found myself accepting the new situation. I don't care how stupid this might sound. I was completely fine with it all. Or so I kept telling myself. This was my chance to push my perverted desires to the max. Sure, I might have gotten a little too psyched, but as a sex-obsessed teenager, I had found my calling for
I
life.
remember that line. That sex-obsessed teenager. I remember having to take that line like 7 times because it was like a tongue twister. I couldn't say it. I was oh my god, holy shit, that just brought me flashbacks to when I was recording this. Rather than dwelling on the strange new reality I found myself dragged into, I resolved to simply living in the moment. I'll be the harem king. Reflecting back on how What was
easily
that?
I've taken it all with stride,
I'll be the harem
I
king.
can't help but wonder if Riaz put some kind of spell on me. Even if she had, I wouldn't have cared that much. I was going to get my very own harem. And that was how I became the newest member of the Occult Research Club. Several days after starting life anew as a demon, I was pedaling my bicycle through the night.
Why didn't I take a pause there for... Okay. So how I structure the videos now is when there's a break like that in the story, I usually give it like a 5-10 second buffer. And then I continue on with the story like that. Just so it could like flow more naturally. But that was just instantaneously. It was just going straight on to the next thing. Oiling away as Ria's toady. First, we gathered late at night in our room at the old school building. After all, our demonic abilities were more powerful after dark.
Yup, that strange rush that came over me every evening was my demonic potential. I was a true demon now, so my strength and energy skyrocketed in the darkness. It was a wonderful feeling, but it also explained why I was so weak in the mornings. Demons didn't handle light well. The brighter it was, the weaker we became. Light was poison, or so Rhea said. Angels, fallen or otherwise, used light-based weapons. This made them our natural enemies. I was warned that if I ever bumped into one of them, I was to flee immediately. Supposedly, I would get used to the daytime. Mornings were so unbearably demanding because I had only just recently been reborn. Ria's told me I'd grow accustomed in time. I guess that's why she left me alone for a while after the first time in the club room, so I could figure things out naturally at my own pace. It had always been her plan to contact me and reveal the...
See, it's not that I hate hearing my own voice because I've heard it so much over the past year. It's that this one's like these early chapters of coming back specifically. I just, man, it's just so bad. I hate hearing this, not because of hearing my own voice. It's because hearing how bad I was at it initially coming back.
The truth when the time was right. In an eerie twist of fate, that suit-wearing fallen angel had come after me the very day Rias had planned to reach out. Anyway, I was doing my best as a demon in Ria's Gramarye's service. Given how little I knew about demon society, the first thing I had to do was study up. Plus, as an underling, it had fallen onto me to distribute the leaflets at night.
We all start from somewhere.
I had been worried that my parents would be furious about
this is
me
pretty
being
bad.
out so
I don't
late,
know.
But Rias brushed away my concerns with a grin. I already took care of that back when I met them.
It sounds like
It must
I'm a
have been
high
true
schooler
because they didn't get
trying to
angry
do,
when
like,
I came home in
a
the middle
video
of the night
project.
after finishing my tasks.
and I'm just going through the motions,
All
trying to
they
get
ever
it done.
said was, "Welcome home." Yep, the Prez's magic sure was amazing. Speaking of amazing discoveries, the biggest surprise of it all was finding out how much power Rias had held throughout Kuo Academy. The school fell squarely on her territory, and she pulled all the strings behind the scenes. From what I gathered, all the big shots in charge at the academy were connected to demons one way or another. In particular, each was morally indebted to the Gramarye family in some way. Basically, the campus was Ria's personal property, which explained why our club was able to use the grounds at night. Anyway, let's get back to how my job is going. Every night, I was supposed to cycle around town, stuffing leaflets, which would summon members of Rias Gramarye's familia. And each and every mailbox indicated on that strange phone she had given me. As far as I could tell, it was some secret technology born from demonic science. The thing was shaped like a portable game console. It had a touchscreen, buttons, and a stylus.
This music
Displayed
doesn't
on the
even
device's
fit
screen was
where
a
we're
map
at
of
in the
town.
story.
Rias' territory. In the human
This
world,
sounds like
the demon was
final
only
boss
permitted
music
to work
right here.
within their own defined
He's stuffing
territory.
leaflets in mailboxes.
Work meant getting summoned, forging pacts, granting wishes, and exacting payments. Fees were paid in a form of money, goods, or from time to time, the summoner's life. That said, there weren't many people willing to go that far to make their wishes come true. When it did come up, the pact was usually called off, as such a payment wasn't worth whatever incredible thing the demon was offering. Not all humans' lives are equal value, Rias had told me. Man, the truth can hurt. The dots blinking on the device indicated the homes of people possessed by overwhelming desires. My task was to go to each and every one of them and leave a leaflet so they could call on one of our services. So long as there were dots flashing on that display, my job wasn't finished. Now that I had become a demon, people didn't take much notice of me. Not even the police. I was practically invisible to human eyes as I went about my chores.
As I went about
every
my
night biking around
chores.
stuffing flyers into mailboxes, there was always more of those little red blips. People were really creatures of avarice. Once they received one wish, it became like an addiction. They were bound to summon us again. In general, a pact could only be forged at night, as we demons were only permitted to work after dusk. Daytime was reserved for angels and God, though I still really don't understand that part. Anyway, each leaflet could only be used once. After it was spent, I had to go and deliver another, which meant my drudgery would last forever. It was thanks to my efforts, though, that Rias and the others had an endless demand for work. We were certainly expanding our operations. If we had kept on forging new pacts and granting new wishes, the Demon King would surely recognize our worth. So basically, if I kept this up, I had a shot at receiving a noble title of my own. The more work, the better. The bigger, the better. Whatever came my way, I wanted to forge a pact. I want to be surrounded by cute girls already. I screamed into the night. However, there was little else for me to do but bide my time. But I couldn't help wondering just how long it would take. After saying goodbye to Matsuda and Murahama, my two partners in crime, at the end of the day, I made my way.
Just listen to the difference between these two.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ozzy and I were behind the gymnasium, practicing again for the three-legged race. Zenobia had come to join us. Lately, we've been spending a lot of our mornings like this. We'd improved quite a bit.
And then just compare that to
The old school building. Originally, the job of distributing the club's leaflets around town had been assigned to
just
Rias.
didn't know what I was doing.
She would transform mice or bats into human-like forms and set them to do her bidding.
16 minutes?
Night.
We're only 16
The
minutes
reason
through
Rias
this?
assigned me to such a menial task instead was because she
I
wanted
don't
me to
know if
learn
I
the
can make
ropes
it
of
do this.
demonhood from the bottom up. Supposedly, Kiba and the others had been forced to do the same work too. He, Konoko Tojo, and Himajima all served Rias, which made them my seniors. They all knew what it was like to be at the bottom of the heap. It was like the saying, every man has his history, or in that case, every demon. It may not have been a huge deal, but I managed to convince Konoko Tojo and Akano Himajima to let me call them by their first names. It was an important
I don't know
first
if I
step
got
in
this.
getting them to accept me
Anthony,
as a
straight
demon.
up.
I even made a joke of calling them out by the names in front of Matsuda and Murahama. I'll never forget those guys' looks and resentment and charging. Of course, I hadn't told my two friends what had happened to me.
Luckily,
They
I
wouldn't
haven't heard
believe
any
me,
like
even if I did.
super
It would have been
fucked up
dangerous for them
things
to
that
step into the new
I
world
know
unprepared.
like happened in the
Besides,
first two
I already
videos
died
that
once. There
back
was
in
no
like
reason to drag them into
2019
it
or
and
something.
risk the same happening to them. I chose to keep calling Kiba by his surname, by the way. That pretty boy can
Like
go to hell. There's
misspelled,
no way that I
missaying
was going
words
to
and
get
shit.
all chummy with him. Anyway, today I have been expressly summoned to the club room. I entered the now familiar old school building and headed for the second floor. I'm here, I called as I stepped into the club room. Everyone else had already arrived. The room was dark. The windows had been covered by heavy curtains, which completely shut out any natural light. The only bit of illumination came from the candles spread out all over the floor. Good, you're here, Ria said, motioning to Akano. Understood, President. Issei, will you step into the magic circle? Akano asked, gesturing it with her hand. An incredible beauty was waving at me. This was a wonderful reward in and of itself.
Oh, there goes
I
that
hurried
first
into
fuck
the
up right
center
there.
of the magic circle, eager for what might come next. Issei, you handed out enough leaflets. Good work. Rias flashed me a satisfied grin. Does that mean my grunt work is over? I wondered. Now it's time for you to start your work as a demon in earnest. Awesome! So I get to make a pact? Indeed. Of course, this is your first time. We shall start you with a relatively simple one. Konoko has received 2 requests, you see. She can't do both, so we shall leave you with one. Thanks for helping me out, Konoko said with a curt nod on her head.
Okay, so the music wouldn't be as bad as it is right now if it just wasn't so loud. It's like overtaking the audio right now. It's like hard to like focus on the actual story itself since the music is so loud.
So I'm gonna be taking one of Konako's jobs. It sounded simple enough. I was just about sick and tired of handing out leaflets. Unexpectedly, pedaling a bicycle every night handing out leaflets made me lonely. The other members are outside of the circle. Akano, who is inside the circle, is casting something. Then the magic circle.
I keep hearing just my lips smacking together. True, it does make in hearing what you say a bit harder. Yeah. But I think what I was thinking when I made the music that loud was that it would drown out my lips smacking at every sentence I was saying. Because it would be like, sentence said. I just had fucking moist lips back then, I guess.
Starts emitting blue and white lights. Keep quiet, Issei. Akano is currently inserting your carved seal into the magic circle. Ria says. My carved seal? It seems like the magic circle inside the room represents the Gremory. I was told that for us, servants of Ria's, it's something like a family crest. So for people who is trying to summon us, and for people who want to make a contract with us, the sign represents our symbol. So the activation of the so-called demonic power is related to this. Kiba and the others have these signs on their bodies in different sizes, and it operates whenever they use their demonic powers. Is so what I was told. I thought about getting engraved with the same signs, but it seems like you have to learn how to control the demonic powers beforehand, and then use the demonic power, which creates a natural phenomenon by coordinating it through the magic circle. After that, well, that's what I thought. Issei, put your hand towards here. I put my left hand towards Ria's, just like she said. Ria's writes something on my palm with her fingers. Is she writing a charm? It feels like she's drawing something like a circle. Then my palm glows. There's a circular symbol, a magic circle engraved in my hand. It's glowing blue and white. Wow, a magic circle. This allows you to transport to the client's place instantly by making you go through the teleportation type magic circle. And when the contract is done, it lets you return to this room. Oh, I get it now. So that's its ability. Akano, are you ready? Yes, President. Akano steps out of...
Why is... I just noticed that both Rias's and Akano's voices are nearly identical. Now, I hope they're not. At least that's not how I hear it. Rias is more of a airy voice, kind of, hey, hey, Issei. And then Akano's is more higher pitched. But right here in this chapter, it's just they're both identical. I can't tell them apart.
The magic circle. Now stand in the center. I stand in the center of the magic circle as she urged me to. Then the magic circle starts to emit a stronger glow. Somehow I can feel the power coming from it. When I'm touching the magic circle, the power inside me is flowing out. So is this the trait of being part of the group? The magic circle is responding to the client. So you'll be teleported there now. You already have the manual for what to do after getting teleported, right? Yes. Good response. Now get going. I'm getting hyped. My first job. I'm definitely going to accomplish it safely. The magic circle starts to glow even stronger. It looks like I'm getting instantly teleported there. There are many lights covering my body, which cause me to close my eyes due to the brightness. Next time I open my eyes, I'll be at the client's place. I'm looking forward to this.
You definitely got better at making their voices different.
I
hope I did.
Instantly
I try to make every single voice that comes through, a little bit different.
Have I teleported?
The one I had very difficult trouble.
I timidly opened my eyes. I'm speechless
finding a voice for was Zenobia.
Club room.
And
What about the instant
When
teleportation? Where's the
Rosvice
client?
comes in,
When
I know I'm gonna have
Rhea seemed to be
difficulty
troubled and puts her
finding
hand
a
on her forehead.
different voice for
Akano
her.
says an R with a disappointed
But right
face.
now, I think I have a pretty
That bastard Kiba is
steady
sighing.
thing
He pisses
of
me
going with
off.
voices.
But did something happen to me?
And
Issei.
Kiba's voice,
Rhea's calls my name.
I remember
Yes.
trying to go more of a like
It's unfortunate, but it seems
softer
like you can't
voice,
use the magic
like,
circle
but
to get
that one
transported
also
to
to
the
me when I was
location.
editing it
Huh? What does
was
this
more
mean? I put on a
sounded
puzzled
way too close to
expression,
my
and she
natural
explains it
voice.
to me. The
So
magic circle
I
requires a
started
certain amount
changing
of
it
demonic power.
to something different.
Quite little, actually.
I don't
In
know
fact,
if it's
a feat
Kiba
that could be
is
done by any devil.
gonna have any
even
speaking lines in
children.
this one though.
Transportation through the magic circle is the first and easiest step of becoming a devil. What does this mean? In other words, your demonic power is below that of children. No, it's so low that the magic circle can't even respond to it. Issei, your demonic power is incredibly low. What? What the hell? I was speechless. So that means I can't use the magic circle to teleport to the client's location just because I don't have enough demonic power? Aren't I a devil? I'm a devil, right? Unsightly, Konako says expressionlessly. That really hurts, Konako. We're in trouble.
Okay,
What should
Konako's
we
voice
do,
is pretty
Reyes?
similar to what I try to do now.
Akano also has a troubled face and asks Reyes, my debut as a devil is off to a rough start. Then, after thinking for a while, Reyes tells me clearly, since there's a client, we can't let him wait, Issei. This has never happened before.
I
But you'll
didn't
have
even
to go
try
there on
with that
foot.
one.
By myself? I'm in shock. I wasn't predicting that, Reyes. Yes, just like how you handed out the leaflets, you'll have to go to the client's house by bicycle. This can't be helped. You don't have any demonic powers at all. You'll have to make up for that with your own body. On a bicycle? I'll have to go to the client's place on a bicycle? Are there even devils like that? Konako silently points at me. Konako, you sure like me to feel miserable, huh? Hurry and get going. It's a devil's job to make contracts. You can't make humans wait. Reyes urges me on with a serious face. Ugh. My goal for getting a peerage starts with the bumpy road. I'll do my best. I left the club room in tears. It's midnight and I was pedaling my bicycle at maximum speed. My eyes are covered in tears. I'm crying. Yeah,
I'm crying.
The devil who can't get summoned through a magic circle. That will be me. Apparently, this is the first case ever, ladies. Thanks to that, my tears aren't stopping. What does this mean that I don't have demonic powers, damn it? Will I actually be able to get a harem at this rate? Using the devil's portable device, I'm pedaling my bicycle towards the person who called me. It's an apartment and located 20 minutes away from the school. The client is in one of those rooms. If it's a delivery service, customers will get mad at the late delivery. It's usually instant teleportation, but I made the client wait for 20 minutes. If you are working at a store, then your manager will get mad at you. My manager was troubled when I did that. Did that leave a bad impression on him? Living as a devil sure is hard. I knock on the door. Good evening. I'm on an errand from the Devil Grimory. Excuse me, but is this a house that summoned us, right? It should be okay with this. Devils can only be sensed by humans who want to make contact. Even if I do something like this in the middle of the night, the neighbors won't know what's going on. It seems like only the client can hear what I just said.
Whoa, what was that increase in volume there? That was just out of nowhere.
During the time that we were doing our job as a devil, a special demonic power gets activated, and it won't cause any trouble to those who isn't motivated in it. A special demonic power gets activated, and it won't cause any trouble to those who aren't involved in it. That's what Reyes told me. Who's there? What I heard is a voice of a panicked man. I'm a devil. I'm a newbie, and I came here because I was called to you. Don't lie. There isn't any devil who knocks on doors.
What was
Devils
that
come out of the
pause?
leaflet. That's
Oh
how
my
it was for the
God.
past summoning. And the one that I called
That
for
was
is
like a clean
Konako.
3-second pause.
Yeah, he's right. I will apologize for that. I'm sorry. It's also an unexpected incident for me and the others. I'm sorry. It seems like I don't have enough demonic power, so I can't appear from the magic circle. You might just be a pervert. I got pissed off as soon as he said that.
Then why don't you
I'm
sound
not a
pissed
pervert.
off?
And how should I know? If I could, I also wanted to appear through the magic circle. What kind of loner would pedal their bicycle through the town in the middle of the night? Why are you getting so pissed? You super pervert? Super pervert? Fuck you. I'm telling you that I'm a devil. Go home. The client opens his door and he complains. He's a skinny man. He looks unhealthy. He looks angry, but as soon as he looks at my face, his expression softens. Are you crying? Huh? Me? When I put my hand on my cheek, tears was on my hand. I'm crying. Is that so? So you were shocked to find out that you can't teleport through the magic circle? Looks like it. I was allowed to come into his room. He even made tea for me. The incident about the teleportation and the argument earlier crushed my heart more than I expected. And unconsciously, I was crying. Of course I want to cry. The client, Morisawa, who that allowed me to come into his room after feeling sorry for me. His room looks clean. It's a tidy room for a single guy like him to live in. He told me that he works for the government during the day. Morisawa does his job seriously, but he was craving to get in touch with other people, so he ended up summoning devils from the leaflet. So it's not Konako. He fell in love with Konako at first sight, who was the first devil he made a contract with, and since then he has been summoning her. I'm sorry, but apparently that girl is popular with other clients as well. It seems like she's in charge of the cuteness department. When you summon a devil, you can only wish for which devil to summon by calling out the devil's name. Well, that's how it was explained to me. And today, Konako's job was passed to me.
See, the way that I would do this now is so much different because it was like, because I went through everything to the T of, she's in charge of the cuteness department. How I would do that now would be like, oh, she's in charge with the cuteness department. Kind of something like that, more. I would add something else to the thing to make it flow more easy. But this is just everything to a T. I did not want to miss a single thing. I did not want to add a single thing. I wanted to be faithful to the thing.
There are cases when the devils they choose can't be summoned, so another devil goes as their substitute. I wished for the devil from the cuteness category when I used the leaflet. I'm a cutie newbie, so can you be okay with that? You talk of something impossible. If I had a silver sword with me, I would have stabbed you.
The Kamehameha is coming up.
But your eyes look serious.
No, I just remembered that.
By the way, what are you gonna wish for since you tried to summon Konako? That was my question. Maybe I could also grant a wish of his, but that is instantly shattered when Morisama took out a certain thing from the corner of the room. I wanted her to wear this. Which girl's school uniform is that from? I think I've seen it somewhere before, or maybe I haven't. It's the uniform of Nagato Yuki. Nagato. Ah, from Suzumiya Haruhi. Even I know it. Suzumiya Haruhi series. It was a popular anime from last year.
Devil, do you like Nagato? No, I'm more of an Asakura fan. And your reason? Her breasts. Morisawa lost his word when he heard me reply without a second thought.
Asakura Ryoko, a regular character from the Suzumiya Haruhi series, and a beautiful girl with a glamorous body. So you're a big breast lover. Yeah, Oppai are packed with dreams. That I'm very sure of.
What was that pause?
I then imagine Rias' naked breast bouncing. Rias,
no way.
I have fallen in love with your Oppai at first sight. I was too embarrassed to say that in front of you, but I will definitely protect your Oppai, Rias. Morisawa makes a lecherous expression while smirking. You have good eyes. Seems like you have an extremely high passion towards Oppai. I see. So you're the opposite fetish as me. I like small-breasted girls. I can understand that. I have a friend with the same tastes. The guy that appears in my mind is my evil buddy who wears glasses, Motohama. He is a genuine pervert. That I am very sure of. Yes. Don't you think she, Konoko, looks very similar to Nagato? For example, her atmosphere. Though she is a bit short. When you say it like that, Konoko has a small body. She shows no expression. She has a body with no curves. Her hair is short. And so they do look pretty similar. That's why I wanted her to wear this. I really wanted her to wear it. Morisawa shed some tears of regret. He sure is regretting it. He really wanted her to wear it, huh? I'm sorry about it. Okay then, let me wear it. I'll fucking kill you. Morisawa turns down my kind offer while shouting.
He did not
Morisawa
shout.
tries to calm down
I did not
after
make
wiping
him
off
shout.
his tears. He takes a deep
That
breath
was a
and
very
calms down.
quiet, I'll fucking kill
Well,
you.
never mind. So what's your special skill? You are a devil that should be good at something, right? Something like using mysterious power.
Yep, there we go.
Just
Another
to tell
fuck up.
you, Konoko has extreme strength. She carried me like a princess. Morisawa says it with pride. Where has your pride as a man gone off to? Yeah, there must be people who get all high after being lifted up by a girl. But my special trait?
Fuck.
I cross my arms and then say it seriously. My special skill is the Kamehameha.
No, dude, no. I hated
Don't kill
doing
yourself.
this.
What? What's with that response? You shouldn't say that right away. And your words have so much killing intent in it. Of course I am. In what kind of world is there a devil with the Kamehameha as his special skill? Here, write H-E-R-E. I said it strongly while pointing at myself. Then do it. I will. If you can shoot, then shoot. Don't look down on us, the generation who grew up with Dragon Ball. When we were in junior school, all of us practiced doing the Kamehameha during break every Monday.
Please don't do it easy.
We even tried to collect the spirits so we could do the Genki Dama. Though nothing happened. Don't look down on our generation. Shut up. So who cares if you were raised watching Dragon Ball? I have all of the manga volumes. I even bought the special cover of the first print as well. Me and all my buddies also played hide and seek by using ki.
No.
I talked back to all of his arguments. I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm really pissed. Then I'll show you Issei's version of the Kamehameha.
No, don't. Please don't.
I activated my sacred gear. First I closed my eyes, then put my left arm upward.
Better put
Then
your
I
left
imagined
arm
Son
back
Goku
down,
in my
buddy.
head. I put my arm down while making a pose doing the Kamehameha. I put all my energy in it. Shit.
No way.
Take this, you Dragon Ball generation. This is my ultimate attack. Kamehameha!
Oh my god.
Flash. Instantly, my left
Come
arm
on,
glows.
man.
The sacred gear, the red gauntlet, appears while covering my whole left arm. How's that?
Okay. I've said some very embarrassing stuff while reading this. Yeah, yeah. I've said a lot of embarrassing stuff reading this, but this was the most embarrassed I've ever been reading something out. Oh my god. I half-assed it too. I, I would have done it so much more now, but holy shit. It's still so bad. I, just, I Oh, I'm cringing so hard at that. Oh man. I just want to get through this.
This is my sacred gear. I then look at Morisawa, and he is crying hard. He grabs volume 1 of Dragon Ball from his bookshelf. He grabs my hand and we exchange a passionate handshake. Let's talk about it. Tears are also flowing out of my eyes. That's enough to understand what he's trying to say. Any Dragon Ball fan will understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, you Dragon Ball fans.
Let's talk about it. So the long night starts. Me too.
Okay, I actually
also
did put a
think
pause
that was
there.
good that Wakamoto also voiced Cell. Yeah, it sounded like just how I imagined it to be. After he got his manga, we were laughing and talking for the past 2 hours. As we talked, we forgot about the age gap between us and already become friends. He had a bad first impression, but when we started talking, we realized we got along. Okay, maybe I should make a contract with you as well. Yeah. Thank you for the contract. Yes, 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 yes. I got my first contract. My road to getting a harem has started. My legend starts from here. Okay. Might be a standard wish, but can I wish to become rich? I see. That is indeed a normal and
Come on,
popular
man. I
wish
didn't even
people
try to
would
hide
ask.
that one.
Okay, I'll check. I turned to the portable device for the devils and operated it. When I input the wish, the answer appears. In your case, for you to fulfill that wish, your price will be your life, so you will die. Die? Yeah, in the devil's world, they say that individuals' lives isn't equal. I'm sorry. So for you to wish to becoming rich, Morisawa, you will have to die. It feels like I just got my heart ripped out. But that's okay. Anyway, if I can make that wish, where will I die? You will die as soon as the money starts falling from the sky. Looks like you can't even touch it. This is awful. So I can't even smack the money onto your face.
This is awful is my entire reaction to this video.
Don't try to hit me with it. Yeah, I just witnessed someone's dreams get crushed. So this is what Riaz means, that people's value isn't equal. What an unfair world that we live in. Then what about a harem? How about wishing for lots of girls in a scrumptious feast? Oh, so you will go there, huh? I'm a bit moved. He's a guy after all.
If you think
of
that
course he will wish for
money
something
is
like
too
that.
much,
Morisawa, I love
then
harems.
why would you wish for a bunch
It's
of
every
women?
man's dream after all. Amazing. I think I can enjoy drinking alcohol with you one day, even though I'm a minor.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. So what does it say? I input his wish into the device. Oh my. That's a harsh answer. Well, it says that you would die as soon as the beautiful women and girls come into your sight. I'm going to die just by seeing them? No. It says as soon as they come into your sight. So you won't be able to tell whether they are beautiful or not. That's harsh. Isn't it better just to walk past beautiful girls in the city? Suddenly, Morisawa, who's an adult, starts to cry. So I'm a human who doesn't have much worth. I can only say I'm sorry for being born. I pat softly on Morisawa's shoulder. Let's continue talking about Dragon Ball until the morning. You want to battle play Dragon Ball? I would be Goku and you could be Frieza. Is that okay? Morisawa nods his head while crying.
In that sentence.
Like this, my first contract became invalid because I had to take care of my client. Riaz is angry. She's lifting her eyebrow and she didn't say a single word.
Straight on to
I'm
the
standing
next
in front
topic.
of her and my
Let's
face
go.
is pale. Yesterday, I was playing Dragon Ball with my client and finished that night with it. Oh yeah, Kiba said something like this with a bitter smile earlier. That case has never happened before. I'm saying. The tone of her voice is deep and scary. Yeah? You talked with your client about manga. And what happened after that? What happened to the contract? She came straight to the point. I have sweat coming off of me. The contract became invalid. We battle played certain manga till morning. Battle play? Yeah. You act as a character from a specific manga and start an imagination fight. Why am I explaining something like this so seriously? Explaining this to her.
I'm not joking. I genuinely thought that when I said, let me rewind.
Yeah. You act as a character from a specific manga and start an imagination fight.
During this pause, I was thinking Riaz was gonna chime back in, so I genuinely, and the voice is just not Riaz's voice at all.
Why am I explaining something like this?
At the start of that sentence, I thought that was Riaz's voice at first. So it tripped me up when the voice kept going, explaining this to her or whatever.
So seriously? Explaining this to her is making me want to cry. I know as a high school boy I should be embarrassed. No, as a professional devil, I should also be embarrassed. I'm very sorry. I bowed my head down while apologizing. Seriously, what on earth was I doing till morning? After the contract, we asked the client to fill out a questionnaire on the leaflet. We asked the client, how was your contract with the devil? The questionnaire which is filled appears on this leaflet, but Ria shows me the paper with the feedback of the questionnaire to me. So there's a thing like that, huh? Devil's jobs are more complex than I thought. It was fun. It was my first time having a good time like this. I would like to meet with Issei again. I hope I can make a good contract with him next time. This is the questionnaire filled by the client. My chest became hot. Morisawa. I wasn't able to do anything, but you. This is the first time I've received feedback like this. I wasn't sure what to do at first. That's why I put on a weird expression, because I didn't know how you would react to this. Rias isn't mad, but it's true I didn't make a contract. To devils, what's important is that we actually make contracts to humans who summoned us. We then receive a price for them. That's how devils have lived for a long time. I didn't know how to react because this is the first time I encountered an incident like this. You might have failed as a devil, but the client was happy with you. Riaz had a puzzled expression, but she then smiles. But it's interesting. That is certain.
Okay. I could see why the music fits here, but it's way too loud. Like, bump it down like half to what it is right now. I don't know why it's so loud. At minimum half of what it is right now.
There wasn't any devil like you, but you really are an interesting boy. You might become the #1 devil for unexpected things. But remember to do the basics. You make contracts with clients, you grant their wish, and you receive the price, okay? Yeah, I'll do my best.
It is a
Riaz
beautiful
forgives
song.
my
I love
actions.
this song.
That alone makes me so happy I feel like dancing. Riaz, next time I'll definitely do it. Once again, I'm doing my job. I'm on full throttle pedaling my bicycle towards the client's house at night. This time, I'm heading towards a mansion that is 30 minutes away from the school. It took me 30 minutes to reach it, even though I'm going at full speed. The client isn't pissed, right? I stand in front of the door and rang the bell. A devil who has the...
This is probably random, but I really appreciate you making these audiobooks. They make reading the light novel way more enjoyable, so thanks. I try my best now, but apparently I wasn't trying my best back then. I do have a lot of fun making these. There was at some points where throughout this past year where it was like really difficult to make these, but I think at this point it's just like way more fun too, because not only do like volume 5, I probably would have never sat down and read volume 5 if I didn't read it out loud. So then I know every detail of volume 5. That's what makes it fun for me, because now I know more stuff than I did before, and I can't wait to start reading like volume 11 and onwards, because I've read by my before I did this, I read volume 11 to I think 21-ish, and I do not remember a lot from those. Of course, I remember like volume 12, where that's like the big volume of the series. But like, there was like a lot of those volumes in between where I just went on autopilot reading them. Like, the Gasper one was so boring that I just like checked out. I don't know. I hope I get to that point. I think that was like volume like 15 or something.
Ring the doorbell truly is saddening. I also want to get summoned through the magic circle soon. Then after a short time, there's a reply through the interphone. It's opened. Come in now. It's a really thick voice. It's a guy. Now? Did he just say meow? No, it must be my ears. I opened the door, took off my shoes at the entrance, and walked timidly through the mansion. The moment I opened the door, I became speechless. Welcome, Meow. A humongous body, an overwhelming presence, an enormous guy with incredible muscles wearing a gothic Lolita outfit. If I look carefully, the buttons on the outfit look like they're about to fall off. There are also some places in his outfit which looks like it's about to get ripped. More than that, his eyes were filled with overwhelming killing intent. But his eyes had a glow of a pure innocent person. No, the most unusual thing is his head. He has cat ears. I swallow down my spit. A single sweat drops from my cheek. My hands are shaking because I'm getting nervous. This isn't a man. He's a man among all men. An overwhelming presence and the sense of being in danger. I have a hunch that I will be killed in an unreasonable death. A devil. Did you summon a devil from the Rias Grammary group? I asked timidly. Man's eyes glow, making a sound effect. It feels like there's an intense battle spirit between us. I'm going to get killed. Even though I'm a devil, I change posture to protect myself. That's right, Meow. I called a devil because I wanted to make a wish, Meow. Unexpected words came out of his thick mouth. He ends sentences with meow.
I emphasize
impossible.
Thick.
Is he even allowed to do that?
Mouth.
I want you to make Milton a magical girl, Meow. Please teleport to another world then. I give him an answer right away. It's impossible. That's really impossible. Seriously. I hold my head down because the wish is something beyond what I expected. Miltan? What the heck is Miltan? This man's words start to confuse me. With a body of yours, you could go to another dimension and return back here alive. You can probably defeat Satan as well. I already tried that, Neo. You actually tried it? It was impossible, Neo. There was no one that would give Miltan magical powers, Neo. Well, you can say the situation is kind of magical. The only option left is to ask my arch enemy, Devil Neo. I already have myself treated as an enemy without real.
I hate how I'm doing Miltan's voice because it's not even like deep. It's like just like slightly quieter and slightly more deep. I remember, I forgot if it was last chapter that I did. I think it was chapter 2. Issei and Volley were talking of volume 6. Chapter 2 of volume 6. Issei and Volley were talking, and Miltan comes walking by, and I think I did his voice way better that time, and all he did was just meow, just a deeper voice. But this voice is just, it does not sound like a giant guy that's talking to you with, I don't know, man.
Realizing it, but I won't say anything to him. Devil! The voice released by this man, Miltan, shakes the whole room. What is
Doesn't
this?
sound like it.
Sound magic?
It does not
Please
sound
give
like sound
Miltan
magic.
fantasy powers now. Don't worry, you look fantasy-like enough. I'm the one who feels like crying. I start to cry for real. Damn it. How come all of my clients I'm in charge of are a bunch of perverts? What's the meaning of this? Miltan, calm down. I will listen to what you have to say. First things first, I think I need to calm this man down and listen to his story. Miltan puts on a big smile with a scary face after he wipes his tears. Then let's watch Magical Girl Milky Spirit's 7 alternative together now.
Dude, I remember this line, cause just like that line earlier. This line, it took me so many tries to get that down. Oh man, I had to fucking, I just couldn't say it. That was so fucking funny to record. Cause I was getting mad at myself for not being able to say it. And then finally, once I actually got it done, I just like fucking like celebrated. Let's hear it again.
Miltan puts on a big smile with a scary face after he wipes his tears. Then let's watch Magical Girl Milky Spirit's 7 alternative together now. The story about magic starts from there now. My long night has begun. It's already the next day, and I'm on my way home after the regular club activity ended. I made a sigh. Even today, Ria's put on a weird expression. My contract became invalid twice in a row, but I got the best feedback. Ria's became confused again because she encountered an incident that she had never experienced twice in a row. I'm sorry for getting involved in a weird situation. I feel bad, but it seems like the road to getting my harem will be harder than I thought. Last night, I watched anime DVD until morning with Miltan. At first, I wasn't serious in watching it, but I got hooked to the Magical Girl anime due to the hot actions in the story, which made me cry. So I ended up watching until morning. Besides that, why are all my clients a bunch of perverts? Yodo must have demonic powers that attracts people like that. Kiba said something like that to me earlier with his refreshing smile.
See what I said from earlier? That sounded nothing dissimilar to Issei. It just sounded like my voice. It's
Die, handsome. I hear that the chances of him being summoned by a beautiful older woman is high. Damn it. What kind of contracts does he do with them? Is it sex? Or sex related? Just thinking about it makes me want to murder him. Shit. Damn you, Kiba. A sudden voice. At the same time I heard the voice from behind me, there was also a sound of something dropping on the ground. When I turned around, there was a sister who was on the floor. She was spreading her arms wide open and has her face on the ground. That certainly is a clumsy way of falling down. Are you okay? I approached the sister and gave her my hand so she could stand up.
Let's see if Ozzy's voice is terrible.
Why do I keep falling over?
It is. Let's go.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Judging
At least
from her
it's
voice,
different.
she is young.
At least it's different.
Just me. I take her hand to lift her up. The sister's veil flies off because of the wind. Her blonde hair, which is hidden underneath, falls down onto her shoulders. Her straight blonde hair is sparkling with light because of the sunshine. Then my eyes move towards her face. My heart is taken by her instantly. A blonde hair beauty is standing right in front of me. Both of her green eyes look so beautiful that it feels like I will be sucked into it. For a while, I was gazing at her. Is something wrong? The sister looks directly into my face with worried expression. Sorry, I can't say it. There's no way I could tell her I was fascinated with her. Rather, this girl is it. Yeah, I'm talking about that. Yes, that. She looked exactly like my ideal girl, blonde beauty version. Of course I would be attracted to her. It feels like I need to continue talking to her.
It just seems like
Is this
Issei,
a flag?
whenever he meets like
I'm thinking something
beautiful
selfish
girl,
like
he's
that.
just smitten.
Then the traveling
He
bag
just
she is
can't
carrying
take
around her
it.
shoulder appears in my eyes. If I think about it, it's a rare occasion to see a nun in a town. It's my first time seeing one. Before that, I need to pick up her veil. Luckily, it landed nearby. Traveling? No, that's not it. I was appointed to the church in this town. You must be a resident of this town. It's a pleasure to meet you. She bows her head. Getting placed in a church in this town. Staff reassignment? Looks like the church is also having a tough time. I have been having trouble since I got here. I can't speak Japanese that well. I was lost and other people couldn't understand what I was saying. She holds her hand together in front of her chest and looks really sad. So that means this person can't speak Japanese? The reason that she could speak with me is because this is the power of a devil. That's what Riaz told me before. When you turn into a devil, one of the unique abilities you attain is language. The moment that you turn into a devil, everyone in the world could understand what you are saying. People listening to you will hear it in the language that they are most familiar with. If they are American, they will hear it in English. If they are Spanish, they can hear it in Spanish. It is also the opposite. If they speak in a language besides Japanese, you will understand it in Japanese. Yeah, it's happening just like Ria said. During the English lecture, I heard everything in Japanese. I was shocked. When I was told to read the English paragraph by the English teacher, I somehow read it and all my classmates looked shocked. Of course they would. Since I can speak English naturally now, so obvious my classmates will be shocked. Even the teacher froze because of it. Well, the letters and vocabulary didn't change to Japanese because it's limited to sound only. But that's good enough. It's too amazing if I could exchange language anywhere in the world. Just like that, I turned into an international high school student without any requirements. I think I know where the church is. I think there's an old church in the outer part of town. I think it's that church. But is that church still even used? You do? Thank you. This is all thanks to God.
What was that reading? Holy shit. That was... That was absolutely awful. How many... It has 851 views, by the way. This piece of garbage. 851 views.
She smiles at me with tears flowing from her eyes. This girl is really cute. But when I look back at the rosario glowing from her chest, it gives me an extremely negative reaction. Well, of course it does. I'm a devil. She's the type of human that I shouldn't talk to or get involved with. But I can't leave a girl in trouble alone. Like this, I took the sister to the church. On our way to the church, we walked past the park. What I heard was a cry of a boy. Are you alright, Yosh? He would be fine since he is with his mom. It seems like he tripped over, but suddenly, the sister who was walking behind me walks towards the park. Sister went inside the park and went towards the boy who was sitting down and crying.
Did I just say
I also followed the sister.
Sister went into... Not the sister?
Are you okay? Boys shouldn't cry with a minor injury like this. The sister pats the boy's head gently. The boy probably didn't understand what she is saying, but the sister has a very kind expression. The sister put her palm where the boy had his injury. The next moment, I was shocked. A green light orb appears from the sister's palm, and it is flashing onto the boy's knee. What's that? Demonic powers? Rhea said it could only be used by devils and someone who is related to devils, so it can't be. When I looked carefully, the boy's injury started to disappear.
That was absolutely terrible.
Is it the light from her hand that's healing the boy's injury? Something appears on my mind. Sacred gear. A special power which is bestowed upon certain people. I think that's what Kiba said before. I somehow feel this is it as well. Looking at that light makes my arm feel numb. This has to be related. Did my sacred gear react with her sacred gear? Is it responding to it? When I look again, the boy's injuries is gone, and there isn't even a trace left. Amazing. So this is also a power of a sacred gear. There are so many types of it. The boy's mother is in shock. Anyone who sees unimaginable things will have a similar reaction. Here, your wounds are healed. The pain should be gone now. The sister pats the boy on the head and looks at me. I'm sorry, but I had to. She laughs while sticking her tongue out. The boy's mother, who was shocked before, shook her head and grabs the boy's hand so they could leave quickly. Thank you. The boy's words of gratitude. He said, thank you. She smiles happily after I translated it for her. That power. Yes, it's the power to heal. It's a wonderful power that God gave to me. She looks a bit sad, even though she's smiling. Somehow it seems like she has a dark past or something. I probably shouldn't get too deep into it.
Bad.
It's not the atmosphere where I should say, actually, I have a sacred gear as well. It's an unusual power, and maybe some people may suffer because of it. Even I didn't feel happy when my sacred gear was covering my arm.
Why is this guy my #1 fan?
Instead, I was really shocked.
This is terrible.
I still didn't know how to use the sacred gear.
He's like, I'm #1
I
fan to
wasn't
shit.
happy at all.
Let's fucking go.
The only thing I could use it for is to mimic the Kamehameha. The conversation ends there, and we continue walking towards the church. We reached the old church after walking for a few minutes. Yeah, the only church I know is this. It's just as old as I remember. I never heard of this place being used, but you could see the light from the inside of the church. So that means that there are people inside. I have chills. and sweat's coming out of my body. It's been like this since before. I knew it. I'm a devil.
Since before what?
So the church, which belongs to the God and the angels, will be the enemy's territory for me. Even Vria said that I should never go close to a church or a shrine very strongly. Yes, this is the place. I'm so glad. The sister shows a sigh of relief after having compared our location with the map she has. Oh, so this is the place. That's good. I shouldn't stay here longer.
23 more.
It's getting dark out and I should be going now. It's a waste to say goodbye to a beauty like her, but I'm a devil and she's a nun. Love between different sides may sound romantic, but this would be a different case.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Add something to the reading. See, I did the but in the other lines, it's just nothing.
I'm getting really scared of the church. My whole body won't stop shaking. This sign of fear must be a specialty trait for devils. It feels like I'm a frog being washed by a snake. No, rather I'm a frog who doesn't know what to do after being found by a snake. Then I'll be on my way. Please wait. I say my farewell and try to leave, but the sister's words stop me. I would like to make you some tea for some gratitude for you taking me here. Oh, I'm in a rush, so I have to keep going. But that's... She's troubled. She probably wants to make me some tea to show her gratitude. But drinking tea here will be dangerous. It's a shame, but I have to refuse. My name is Issei Hyoto. Everyone around me calls me Issei. So you could call me Issei as well. What's your name? When I give her my name, she responds with a smile. My name is Azia Argento. Please, call me Azia. Then, Sister Azia, let's meet again. Yes, Issei. I will definitely come and see you.
Oh, what was that pause?
Azia bows her head down. I left the place waving my hand towards her. She watched me until I was out of her sight. I understood that she is a good girl, and this was our fateful destiny in our first meeting. Don't ever get close to the church again. I'm being scolded by Riaz in the club room.
I have about 21 minutes left. I don't know if I can make it another 21 minutes, man. Throughout an hour and 2 minutes and 16 seconds, I had a total of one good thing to say about this. And it was something I said way early in the video of something like, oh, you should add something to the thing to make it more like human or whatever. And I actually did it in the video once. And I was like, hell yeah, brother. I don't know, man. You can do this. I don't know. I might have to tap out early soon.
Rias's expression looks more serious than usual. More like she's really mad at me. To us devils, the church is the enemy's territory. Just stepping into it could cause a rift between the devils and God. Since it's the act of kindness by taking a nun to the church, they won't harm you. But the angels are always on the lookout. You are in a situation where it wouldn't be strange for them to hit you with a spear of light. Are you serious?
Maybe it's just Stockholm syndrome, but I feel like
situation?
During this chapter,
if I think about it, the chills I felt before wasn't normal.
Better.
I only felt fear at the time. So that's what it means to detect danger. So my instincts as a devil was telling me that it was a dangerous situation. Don't get involved with people from the church, especially the exorcists who are our biggest enemies. They can easily eliminate us because their powers are supported by the prayer of God. More so, if it is an exorcist
Like
with a
some
sacred
parts
gear,
of the sentences like
that would be the
sound
same thing as standing in
lot
the
better than
boundary
it
of death,
was.
Issei.
But then like
Riaz
that
looks at
end
me
of that
directly
sentence
with her
was just
blue eyes while waving her crimson hair.
terrible.
Her eye is serious. The other eye is kind of okay with it. But that one eye is really serious, so she isn't joking. You can avoid death as a human by being resurrected as a devil, but devils who are exorcised become completely terminated. They return to nothing. Nothing. There is nothing left and you feel nothing. Do you know how serious that is? Nothing? To tell you the truth, I don't. Rhea shakes her head after seeing my confused face. I'm
But
sorry.
You're
I got
confused.
too
What?
heated.
Excuse me?
Anyway, be careful from now on. Yeah. My conversation with Riaz ends there. Did you finish lecturing him? Akano was standing behind me, and I didn't even realize it. She is smiling like usual. Akano, did something happen? Akano's expression changes after Riaz asks her. We received an order for a hunt from the Archduke. Stray devils. There are beings that are called as such. The devil who turned into a servant devil of a devil with a peerage, but who was betrayed or killed its master. Cases like that rarely occur. The power of devils are enormous. You can't even compare it to the time when you were a human. So there will be those who choose to use that power for their own self-interests. Those devils leave their master's place and cause destruction at different locations. That is a stray devil. The fallen angel
Like,
Donasi
this is
who wore a
supposed to be,
suit
like,
mistook me as a
Really
stray devil.
cool to like think
in
about.
other words,
like
a
stray
stray dog.
devils and shit.
Stray
But the
dogs
way I'm
create
delivering
troubles.
it is just like
When found,
any other
the
thing.
master or the other devils are ordered to eliminate them. That is the law of the devils. Other beings such as angels and fallen angels see them as a threat, and they will eliminate the stray devils whenever found.
They will what?
There is nothing scarier than a devil who does not abide by
They
any
will
rule. I went to the unused building located in the outer part of the town, along with Riaz, Akano, Kiba, and Konako. Every night, a stray devil is luring humans into the building to feed on them. As such, there is a request from the high-class devil to hunt them. Apparently, this is also one of the jobs of a devil. Eating a human. There are evil devils like that as well. No, naturally, devils aren't like that. So the only reason they are quiet is because they abide by the law. Yeah, they are devils after all. It's midnight. It's a world of darkness.
Like, this is supposed to be like super cool to think
there are
about
a lot of
stray
tall
devils.
grasses around me,
Like they kind of like
and I
turn
can
into
see
like
the unused building far
sort
away
of like
from here.
vampire type devils, but
It's one of the devil's traits to have a clear view
or
during
like
the night.
zombie devils or whatever. But
Having a clear view
Fuck.
of a creepy place like this isn't so good. Smell of blood.
okay,
Konako
that was
covers her
terrible.
nose with her uniform after she says
That's not
that.
the Konako I want to hear.
Smell of blood? I can't smell anything. So does that mean that Konako has a good sense of smell? It becomes
Did I
quiet.
hit my mic during that
I
recording?
can feel the presence. I can't smell anything. So does that mean that Konako has a good sense of smell?
I did.
It becomes quiet. I can feel the presence of an enemy nearby, and its intent to kill us isn't normal. My legs are shaking. I'm really scared. If the others weren't here, I would have escaped. Riaz, who was up at the front, is putting her hands on her hips. Looks very reliable. Issei, it's a good opportunity to experience what it's like to fight. Riaz says something reckless. Wait, are you serious? I'm positive that won't be much use. Yes, it's still impossible now. She says it straight at me. I kind of feel sad. But you could watch what a devil's battle is like. Today, just concentrate and look at how we fight. Oh yeah, I will also explain the traits the servants have. Explain the traits the servants have? I put on a confused look, but Riaz continues. Devils, who are the master, give traits to those who become their servants. Yeah, it's probably about time I explain it, and also about the history of the devils. Ria starts to explain about the current situation of the devils. A long time ago, there was a three-sided war between the devils, the fallen angels, and God, with its angel followers. All three sides had a large army, and they fought for almost eternity. As a result, all these sides lost their troops, and the war finished several hundred years ago with no side winning. Kiba continues after Ria's. The devils were no exception. Big devils with peerages who commanded
Kiba.
about 20 or 30
That sounds like
troops
Issei.
lost most of their underlings
Issei
because
continued.
of the war. They lost so many that they couldn't even form new armies. Akuno continues on from there. I heard that most of the pure devils
And that
passed
sounds like
away in that war.
Riaz. What's going on here?
Even after the war, there were still problems between the devils, the fallen angels, and God. Even though the fallen angels and God's side also lost most of their troops, we are still in a position where we can't let our guard down, or else we will be in trouble. Then Ria speaks again. The devils
Riaz was
decided
just
to use a
speaking. I
system
don't know what
to
you're
form a
talking
small
about.
group of soldiers, and that is the evil peace. Evil peace? Seems like it's gonna get complicated, but it looks like I have to listen seriously. Devils with Peerage decides to use the trait of the humans' game chess to their servant devils. It was also sarcasm, because most of the servants are devils that were reincarnated from humans. Since then, chess has become a popular game in the world of the devils. We'll leave that aside. Devils who are masters are a king. In our case, that is me. From there, they created 5 special traits to consist of queen, knight, rook, bishop, and pawn. Since they couldn't make an army, they decided to have a small number of devils that could give enormous powers. The system was made in the past few hundred years, and this unexpectedly became popular amongst devils with peerages.
Then the cringe will be over.
Popular? You mean the chess rule? They started to compete against each other. For example, my knight is stronger, my rook is stronger.
For example,
As a result, high-class devils started to play a game like that of chess against each other using their special servant. We call it the raiding game. Anyway, this game became popular amongst devils. Now, there are even tournaments for it. The strength of their pieces, and also how strong they are, affect the devil's social position and their peerage. There is this thing called a piece collect, where they gather humans with talent and make them into their pieces. It's very popular recently. Talented servants become their status. I see. So being strong in that game means that you're a splendid devil. It also becomes your pride then. So servant devils are former humans, and they function by becoming the pieces in that game. I feel it's complicated, so I will someday be forced to fight in that game. I'm not a mature devil yet, so I can't participate in an official tournament. Even if I could, there are things that I need to go through, or else I can't play. In short, Issei and my other servants here won't be participating in the game for a while. So does that mean that Kiba and the others haven't played in a game yet? Yeah. Kiba answered my question. The world of the devils
I did
is
not know that
strange.
was Kiba at all.
I used to imagine them being evil and scary, but it looks like my imagination is incorrect. Or maybe I feel like that because I'm still ignorant on the way of the devil's world. Before that, there's something that is bothering me. Yeah, my position is a piece? Riaz, what is my role in traits, and what piece am I? Issei, you are a... Riaz stops there. I also know the reason why. I can feel chills all over my body. That's because of the presence of the enemy, and its intent to kill became much stronger. There is something approaching us. Even a guy like me who just turned into a devil knows it. I can smell blood. I can smell something disgusting.
What is
I
this?
can
Wasn't
also smell
the
something delicious.
wasn't the stray
Is it
devil a
sweet,
woman?
or is it sour? A low voice which is coming from below the ground. The weirdness isn't normal. Just hearing its voice scares me. Stray Devil Visor, we are here to eliminate you. Riaz says that, and the abnormal laughter echoes around us. I now clearly understand. This isn't a laugh of a human. It's also not a laugh of the devil that I know of. A topless woman
Stray
appears
devil
from the shadows,
was a woman,
but
by
the
the
woman's
way. I
body
don't know
is
why
floating.
I'm doing her voice
The
like
next
that.
thing that appears is the body of a gigantic beast. It's a grotesque being with unnatural form, having a woman's upper body and the lower body of a monster.
Oh yeah,
It's holding
the
something
upper
that
body
looks like a
of the woman.
spear in both of its hands. The lower body of the monster has 4 fat legs with sharp claws. From the size of it, it's definitely more than 5 meters tall. If it stands on its high leg, won't it be much taller? Either way, it's a monster. Is that also a devil? Well, duh, since Riaz called it a stray devil. Man, there are things like this as well. I confirmed it. Devils are scary. Leaving your master's side and rampaging as you please definitely deserves death. In name of the Duke Gremory, I will gladly eliminate you. You are cunning for a little girl. I will rip your body and color it red like your hair.
What
The
was
monster
that?
barks, but Riaz just laughs with her nose. Grunts do speak with its stylish manner. Yuto. Yeah. Kibu, who was near me, sprints ahead as soon as Riaz gives him the order. Fast. He's insanely fast. I can't even respond to it. Issei, I will continue from the lecture before, Riaz says. Lecture? The thing about evil pieces' traits or something? Yuto's position is knight. His trait is speed. Those who become knight have their speed increased.
8 minutes
Just
left,
like Ria
then
said,
we're done with
Kiba's
this
speed
torture.
increases. And eventually I wasn't able to follow his movements with my eyes. The monster is using a spear attack, but it didn't seem like it would hit. And Yuto's ultimate weapon is swords. Kiba stops suddenly. He's holding a European sword. He took it out of the scabbard, and the drawn sword is reflecting the light of the moon. Kiba suddenly disappears again. Next moment, the screams of the monster echoes. When I looked, both of the arms were cut from the torso along with the spear. Blood gushes out of his wound. This is Yuto's power. Speed that you can't follow with your eyes, and sword skills of a professional. By combining these two, he becomes the fastest knight. There's a shadow near the monster's legs. Wait, is that Konako? Next is Konako. She is a rook. The trait of the rook is its damn insect. The enormous monster tries to stomp on Konako. Konako, hey, she's in trouble. But the monster's foot didn't even hit the ground. It wasn't able to stomp completely. The girl with the tiny body is lifting up the monster's foot. The trait of the rook is simple. Absolute strength. And also very high defense. It's impossible for a devil with that caliber to stomp on Konako. It can't crush her. Konako completely lifts up the monster. Fly. Konako jumps high and punches the monster's stomach very sharply. The enormous body of the monster gets thrown backwards. I then remember the words of the client that loves Konako, Morisawa. Konako has extreme strength. She carried me like a princess. It's not something you would call extreme strength. That enormous monster went flying with one punch. Yeah, I'll make sure not to mess with Konako. I will probably get killed just by getting poked with her finger. Superhuman girl. Scary indeed. Morisawa, who fell in love with her, is also scary. Lastly, Akuno. Yes, President. What should I do?
Wha-
Akano is laughing while walking
What?
towards the monster that is on the ground after being hit by Konako. Akano is a queen. She is the one who is the strongest after me. She is the
Just-
unbeatable vice president of our club,
I
who has
just
all the traits of the
can't,
pawn,
man.
knight,
It's
bishop,
supposed to
and
be
rook.
like super cool and
The
serious.
monster stares at Akano. Akano makes a fearless laugh after seeing the monster's gaze. Seems like you still have some energy left in you. Then how about this? Akano puts her hands to the sky. Next instant, the sky sparkles, and a lightning bolt strikes down on the monster. The monster gets electrified violently. Its entire body gets burned. And smoke is coming out from
Oh,
it.
does it? Does it? You said it twice, so I'm sure we
Looks like
know.
you still have some energy left in you.
Holy
Looks like you
shit.
could take more. Another lightning bolt hit the monster. The monster gets electrified again. It already sounds like it's dying. Even so, Akano strikes down with a third lightning. Akano's face while striking down with the lightning bolt looks scary and cold, even though she is smiling. That person is enjoying it. She's laughing after all. Akano excels at attacks using demonic powers. She can use elements like lightning, ice, and fire. And most of all, she is an ultimate sadist. Rias confesses it like it was nothing. A sadist? That's not something you call a sadist. Usually she is very kind, but once the battle starts, she won't stop until she calms down. I'm scared of Akano. You don't have to be afraid, Issei. Akano is very kind
Hey,
to
man,
comrades,
I'm just
so
saying.
it's not gonna be a problem.
Some guys
She
would
even
like
said
that.
that you were cute. Next time, get spoiled by her. She would definitely hug you kindly. How much lightning can you take? Right, monster. You still can't die yet, okay? The one who finishes you off will be my master. Riaz, I'm getting very scared of the person in front of me who was laughing very loudly. I thought she was the one with the most common sense. She is a devil after all. That has to be it. A devil, I tell ya. So this will be scary. For a few minutes, Akano's lightning attack continues. After Akano calms down, Riaz confirms and nods her head. Riaz approaches the monster that has already lost its will to fight. Riaz put her hand towards the monster. Any last words? Riaz asks. Kill me. That's the only thing the monster says. Then disappear. A cruel reply. Riaz's voice gave me chills. A gigantic black mass of demonic power is shot from Riaz's palm. It's so big that it could cover the monster's whole body. The mass of demonic power devours the monster's body. When the demonic power disappears, so did the monster's body.
That was just like a bunch
like
of
Rhea said,
redundancies right back to
disappear.
back to back.
Confirming that, Riaz makes a sigh. It's over. Good work, everybody. Riaz says it to the club members. Everyone returns back to their usual self. So the stray devil hunt is over, huh? The fate for the stray devils. I don't know what to say. That thing also left its master's side because it had something on its mind. So this is the battle of a devil. It was a fierce fight. Along with stray devils, there are still many things in this world I am unfamiliar with. So I have to aim up high from here. Maybe I have to think in decades. Then I remembered the problem. The thing about position of evil pieces from earlier. Since I'm a servant of a devil with a peerage, then I should have a certain piece too. Riaz, there's still a thing that you didn't tell me. What is it? Riaz responds with a smile. My piece. More like, what's my role as a servant? To tell you the truth, I already predicted the worst case. More like I knew it was that. But I still have naive hope. There are still two pieces left. Akano is queen, Konako is rook, and Kiba is knight. The bishop and The pawn. I was hoping for it, but it gets shattered instantly. The crimson hair beauty smiles at me and says it clearly. You are a pawn, Issei. I'm the lowest.
Boys, and that's the end of the
Ex-girlfriend
chapter.
murdered.
Oh my god. You are a pawn. To be honest, I felt like a pawn reacting to this, dude. Oh my god, dude. This was terrible. I would like to apologize to anyone, to all the, how many people? 851 people that watched this video. This was something else, man. Holy shit. The back half was definitely worse. It wasn't that bad. No, it was definitely pretty bad. Compared to, like, even the standards I have today, it probably wasn't as bad a year ago if I would have looked back on it. Like, as I was, like, making it, I would be like, oh, it isn't that bad, but, you know, it could be better, but it's not that bad. But the standards I have today, I would have re-recorded a lot of it. The back half, definitely, because there was just a lot of mistakes. That whole stray demon thing, that was just terrible. But congrats on getting through it. I didn't think I would, to be honest. I thought I would have tapped out like 20 minutes in. I thought I would have just cringed out of my teeth at that. Oh, man. But I'm so glad that we did. An hour and 23 minutes, I actually got through it. I thought it was going to be... In some of the things, I thought it was going to be worse. Like, I thought there was going to be, like, a lot more mistakes. Like, actual, like, mistakes that gone through, like reading the same line twice or something. But there wasn't a lot of that, if I remember. The only thing that I think was, like, okay was, like, during the back half, the voices were getting a little bit better for, like, Riez, but then sometimes it would just be right back to terrible. Oh, man. I don't know, man. Oh, I'm going to take a good hard look at myself tonight and think about how much I've gotten a lot better at this. Yeah, but you definitely see the improvements, so that's good, I guess. But man, I remember even back then, it took so much longer to edit because I was, like, so new to it. Just getting back into it after 3 years. Man, it's also just crazy to think that of how much improvement I've done over the last year. I don't know. But thanks for sticking with me. Any people who also just watched the VOD of this and just watched me cringe. Oh, man. A lot of that was terrible. But I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for staying with me. I want to do more streams in the future. Hopefully this isn't the first and last. Thanks, everyone.